Okay, so here we go with the conclusion to my look at Hasbro's Masterpiece Grimlock. Before I get started, a couple other things I wanted to touch on real quick is just a little quick size comparison with original G1 Grimlock. I'll just kind of bring him out here and stand him next to them. So yeah, you can see there again, he's roughly about twice the height here in his robot mode versus G1 Grimlock in his robot mode. So he comes right up here to about midway to his forearm there. So if you kind of line that up, so he's about twice or 1 3/4 the size of him. So yeah, I just wanted to do that there. And then there's a couple other things I forgot to mention here with his accessories. Those of his little energy sword here and his blaster, and basically what that is a difference between his two hands here. Like we saw in the other video when we looked here at his light up gimmick here, there's an LED in there, so this fist here doesn't actually open, it's just a hole in there for the LED to shine through, and then the thumb here is on a little ball joint. So you can have him hold any one of these weapons like so, and then they'll light up, you know, when you press the little button there like that. The difference is in this left hand here, and if I can zoom in here, just kind of show that real quick. There's this little like post here with a hole in it, and what that's for is on the end of each one of his weapons here, there's a little post right there in addition to this main handle or whatever it is here on the weapon. This actually isn't a handle, because if you just put that in there like that, it won't stay in there very well. Basically what that is just light piping here for the weapon, so that the little light from the LED will shine through, and this little tiny post here will snap into this post there, or that hole there, and that'll actually secure this weapon, whether it's the sword or the blaster, into place in this fist. So you just kind of peg that in like that, and that's actually what holds these weapons in this hand here. So if we take this guy off and we look at his blaster here, you can see it's got that little small secondary post right there. So again, it would just go in here like this, line that up, and just kind of pop it into place. And that's going to allow him to hold either the blaster or the sword in that hand without it falling out. Because if you don't lock that in using that little tiny post, it'll just kind of want to fall out of there. Okay, now let's talk about my closing thoughts on this guy. I think both of his alt mode, or both his alt mode and his robot mode, are very well done. The sculpting's good, the detail's good, the paint apps are good. Dinosaur mode has decent articulation. Robot mode has decent articulation, if not above decent articulation. The only downfall I would say with this figure is the fact that they tried to cram too many gimmicks into it in his dinosaur mode, and because of that, the stability of the figure suffers. He is kind of floppy and loose here in his upper body because of the little mechanisms and stuff to rotate his tail and head in his dinosaur mode. Again, they should have just got rid of those, get rid of all those little moving parts in there, and probably help drive down the cost on this guy. Speaking of costs on this guy, I believe originally when this came out in Japan from Takara, it was something like $140. This being the Hasbro version, it retails for $69, so with tax it's like $70, so it's roughly half the cost of the original Takara version. As far as differences go between this version and the Takara version, which is the original version of him, the difference really lies in with the accessories. The Takara version has the same blaster and energy sword that this one comes with, but it doesn't have the crown here. In its place, it has a little like waiter's tray with some drinks on it, and it came with a little apron that you could put over him in his dinosaur mode, so you can have him like serve drinks. I don't remember if that was actually in the show or not, but I think it was. And it also comes with the mind transfer device that you can put on him in his robot, excuse me, not robot mode, but his dinosaur mode. I would have liked to have seen those accessories on this version, the Hasbro version, and also the crown. I think, hey, the more accessories, the better. I know I've seen on some other reviews that some people didn't care for his little waiter get up, but I thought it was kind of cool to have. So overall, I would say pick this guy up. He's worth the price, really, even though he does kind of suffer with some of those gimmicks. Basically, you're paying about 30 bucks more than you would for a good leader class figure from the current movie line, which is like 40 something bucks anyways by themselves. So you can pick this guy up for 70 bucks at Toys R Us. It is a Toys R Us exclusive, so if you're a big fan of Grimlock, get this guy. If you like the Masterpiece line, get this guy. It's one of the better Masterpiece figures. Or if you just like Transformers in general, get this guy. I think it's a really good figure, so yeah, go out and get it. So that will do it with my look at Hasbro's version of Masterpiece Grimlock.